Merry Christmas, Story Dads fans, and welcome back to our third and final Christmas episode. Today is a special episode. We're not doing one single movie. We are doing many. It's our Christmas movie gauntlet where we're going to go through, I don't know, as many films as we can and decide where they fit on the hierarchy of Christmas films and stories and how much do they qualify or do they not. So this one should be fun. And I got some fun stuff prepared. I'm going to run Micah through it. Micah, you ready?
I'm ready, dude. I believe in the Christmas miracle.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is a little different. Micah doesn't know what I prepared, so he's gonna figure this out in real time. So I am going to show you how we're gonna lay this out here. So let me share my screen with you. So here's our hierarchy. This is our Christmas story hierarchy. It's a pyramid, and we have 6 categories we're gonna go through, and these are ridiculous categories. And the first one is going to be our category of 1, which is the realm of the sacred narrative. One story gets into that. That's the birth of Christ story, okay?
Okay.
So the realm of the sacred narrative, that's the top of that, all right? Level 2, the liturgical canon of holiday myth.
Oh my goodness.
These are our top level Christmas movies, your Christmas carols, your like definitive, like you can't get more Christmas than that without short of being the actual
like nativity. Okay, all right.
Actual nativity, yeah. And let me know if any of these are ridiculous, which they hopefully are a little bit.
I mean, yes, they're completely ridiculous. I love it.
Next one, the season of allegories of variable necessity.
Okay, unpack that one.
Yeah. So these are ones that kind of get in there, kind of not. ChatGPT might have helped me out a little bit with some of these names. They give me some ridiculous names for like 13 or whatever. Still allegories of variable necessity. So like they're solid Christmas movies. They fit in there. All the themes come up. Like obviously Christmas movies, maybe not so deeply tied to like our conversion story criteria we talked into, but like they work. They fit.
Okay.
The accidental Yuletide compilations. So there's Christmas parts of them. There's themes they fit. You could enjoy them as part of a Christmas movie, but like we're getting into like we're not exactly your Christmas classics are fitting in here.
Okay.
And then the philosophically thin yet technically eligible is our final category here. So barely makes it in. We'll count it. But like all the Christmas themes, goodwill towards men, the conversion story, like there's a couple elements that like kind of fit in there, but like it's thin. And then our final category is excommunicated from the holiday canon.
All right, where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Exactly. So I took the liberty of putting our first 2 movies and placing them on our hierarchy here. So we have Die Hard, which, as we discussed last time, is in our excommunicated from the holiday canon. So before anyone gets all mad and makes all the comments, doesn't mean we don't like the movie, just means doesn't fit in the Christmas story hierarchy.
That's right.
Die Hard is one of our greatest movies of all time. We'll go through many other movies, some of which are not good movies, which are going to be higher up the hierarchy on this one. Some of which are very good movies, which are going to be lower because it's how much does it rank as a Christmas movie. Also, the Muppet Christmas Carol, all the Christmas Carol stories, that's in category 2 of the liturgical canon of holiday myth.
Great.
Does this make sense?
So far, so good. I'm tracking with you. I like it.
What's your impressions of this ridiculous thing I've laid out here?
No, I like this, and I do have this is giving me thoughts as it pertains to the scale and where like Die Hard, for an example, lives on it. And we can get to that later because I don't want to derail your deal.
No, but we can you can argue with me, shift it around. We're going to work this out in real time.
This.
So
and I like it in that. Well, there's a pyramid with a star at the top, which is a Christmas tree. So it is a Tannenbaum right there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how necessarily evergreens fit into the actual literal, the realm of the sacred narrative. But here they are. They symbolically represent
a
hierarchy with, the Star of Bethlehem at the top. Okay, so let's go. Keep taking me down.
So what I'm gonna do is I got a list of a bunch of movies. I'm gonna throw one at you. We're gonna put it up here on the list, and you're gonna tell me around where you place it, and then we're gonna talk our way through it.
Okay,
and
great.
just kind of rapid fire them here. So You mentioned this one last time. Let's start with Batman Returns.
All right. Batman Returns. It contains the phrase "peace on earth, goodwill towards men," and ends with it, right? And women. And let's see. It has a Christmas tree lighting in it. It has so it all happens. So we know seasonally it happens around Christmas. Now, however, Die Hard has all those things and did not make the cut. It does not contain like a personal transformation. It does not contain.
So I don't know this story that well. Hearing that, I would argue if we're not having this personal transformation and conversion story, I might, I don't know, stick it in the Die Hard category.
Yeah. Hang on, let me kick my dog out. In perfect, just like the Grinch. You'll make a guest appearance later. Okay. So yeah, I think it's got to be. Unfortunately, I think it's right down there with Die Hard. And
okay, so excommunicated.
If I'm
philosophically thin, technically eligible.
Well, look, so there is Michelle Pfeiffer's character, Selena Kyle, does resurrect from the dead, and then she like re-resurrects when she finds acceptance and hope. She still opts for a suicidal vengeance though. So it's what it,
so we almost had the conversion story. We're almost there. We just didn't quite make it.
It dances with the conversion story. Bruce, reveals his identity to her. I'm sorry. It's got to be down there.
We're
Bruce Wayne and John McClane.
I would like for it to be great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Great movie.
Let's go with a classic. I feel like this one's gonna be obvious. The Grinch.
Yeah, The Grinch. That Jim Carrey's version isn't my favorite.
No, all Grinch stories, right?
Yes, but
the Dr.
the Grinch
Seuss version, original one, is probably the peak of the mountain here.
That one's got to go up. Frankly, maybe like 2.5.
See, I'm gonna put it as a hard 2.
You're gonna put it right up there because the thing it doesn't do is connect to. Well, I guess it just as much as the Christmas Carol. Yeah, I guess it is. It is a Scrooge story, isn't it?
Down in Whoville, somehow they say the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. It's the old.
It is about Christmas.
He goes from being the Grinch. He's stealing all the things, all the joy.
He enters into community.
He's moved by the community of all of them celebrating Christmas, regardless of all the things he just stole.
And even as he carved the roast beast. Yeah. So okay, I'm with you. Agreed.
And I think there's a longevity. I think for me, it bumps these things up. The longer they've been around, the longer that the Grinch has been told like 10 different times. There's 3 different Christmas movies that have come out. The Dr. Seuss story I read to my kids every year. I think once you get into it's more cemented in the tradition of all of it. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, and it's got to be. I mean, by the time our kids are reading it to their kids, it'll be a 100-year-old story.
Yeah, right.
Which
is special. So, and I think that creates the timeless element that bumps it up the hierarchy for me. Okay, next one.
Awesome. All right. Oh boy. I know dead air is the enemy of broadcast, but okay, I really did. Man, so there's
you're speechless. What are you stuck on?
Well, it's just so dumb.
Okay.
That's not fair. It's weird. I really love Will Ferrell movies, like as a category, like the genre of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah.
For some reason, Elf drives me crazy, dude.
Okay. It's so goofy, over the top, and stupid. I this is my Grinch side coming out, but like the grown adult acting like a child the whole time is like, okay, how long can I really do that for?
Yeah.
But man, in classic Will Ferrell fashion, like so quotable. So lines from that are going to stick around forever. I think almost even longer than the movie.
And just phenomenal moments. Like his
it's got a conversion story. His dad,
it has like a sort of a crisscrossing convergence story because he needs to embrace his human side, while his dad needs to embrace, you know, the elfin enthusiasm that Will Ferrell has. And so it has this, like, their lines kind of intersect and they influence each other. And then, you know, so it's like, it's one of those rare catalyst protagonist movies where the catalyst protagonist also has an arc, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
And so there's conversion, there's connecting to a community and a family, there's the emphasis of relationship over you know, material wealth and achievement. I guess it's on the high side of 3, I gotta say. I mean,
it doesn't quite make it up to 2 for me. I would put it in C.
Okay, why not?
I think the longevity is part of it. I think it's a lot of new kind of clever ideas on Christmas that, like, some of them stick, some of them don't. Whereas I think the ones that are clearly at the top are so well refined. Like, we talked about how stories that have lasted and have been retold over and over again, the things that have been kind of stripped away are the things that don't really matter, and just the gold is there. And I still feel like there's a lot in Elf that would kind of fall away over the years if they retold it and redid it again a bunch. I also don't think it really works without, like, Will Ferrell.
That's good.
As goofy as he is and as quotable as he is. So, like, I don't think it, like, whereas the Grinch, there's an animated there's 2 animated versions. There's a Jim Carrey version. There's, I mean, how many Christmas Carol versions have been told and retold, all that.
Yeah. The Christmas Carol is so canonical that you can make a satire of it with hand puppets, and it's still emotionally viable. So that's exactly.
a good
that's a good litmus test. So Elf, which, in like any other form, is
I'd say Elf, of all, like, the modern Christmas movies that have been made in the last, like, 20 years, it's like, that aren't a retelling of something else, it's probably number 1.
Okay. All right.
Of that, which is, like, again, high 3, but it's I think it, like,
variable necessity, I think, sums it up.
Mom, exactly. My mom has a elf blow up doll she puts in her house as part of the recommendation. So it's like it's getting to that level where this is part of how we decorate Christmas. All right, next.
Say blow up doll,
like one of those little inflatable lawn.
Okay, all right. Phew, I was gonna say that's.
Sorry, Mom. Don't mean like that. Okay, speaking of horror films, Krampus.
All right.
I kind of know this story. I don't know this that well, so if we say something stupid, let us know in the comments. But the Krampus story.
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, I know that we got to have some, like,
holiday horror,
Nordic, mythos lovers and fans that are really hip to that canon, and I'm not as hip to it as I would like to be. But so let me get a little bit esoteric. Is, Christmas is, yes, it is the nativity. It is also a collection of all of the tradition that has sort of followed in its wake since, right? So if we're going to talk Christmas trees and garland and all that, so in a way, Krampus is one of these tales that kind of tags along in the wake of not only nativity, but like Christendom, right? Which expanded out into all of these other cultures and traditions, and sort of like, they kind of assimilate into I don't know if they assimilate, but they are caught in the wake, right? Krampus is one of those where I do not see a world in which, like, Krampus becomes more than like an esoteric throwback where we go, oh yeah, remember, like, there was that Krampus idea. I don't see culture as a whole adopting Krampus the way we've adopted the Grinch.
Okay, definitely. And
so go ahead.
So I did a quick, because I have seen clips of this movie. I admittedly haven't seen the whole thing, so if you're mad at me, let me know. But I did a plot. I looked up the plot breakdown on Wikipedia, and here's the thing that jumped out to me. Starts with the main guy, he's mad at his family. He tells them, I hate you guys. I hate Christmas, right? Krampus is then the essentially inverse of Santa Claus, who comes, who haunts him, who, it's a horror movie, so like people die, like kills his family, people get eaten. It's ridiculous. But then he wakes up the next morning and his family's all still alive. It was a bad dream. And I am so glad it is. So it's kind of like a bizarro Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
How I'm reading that, right?
Yeah. And
like it's, yeah.
I don't know how canonical that is to the actual legend of Krampus.
Sure. Yeah. This is specifically the 2015 Christmas horror film Krampus.
Yeah, but look, man, if you love horror as a genre and you want to make a Christmas horror film, we talked about how the original Dickens Christmas Carol is something of a horror story.
Yeah.
And
being freaked out into the about the consequences of rejecting the Christmas spirit is that's legitimate.
That's part of the man. Is Krampus
does it get up to 3?
Dude, I think maybe higher, because Krampus is one of those. Krampus is more of an idea than elf is, right? Krampus.
Yeah.
I want to say Krampus goes up in the realm of myth in this sense of
it does, but I don't think it fits peace on earth, goodwill to men, and all that.
I wonder, because there's two parts of this, right?
Okay.
So the things that unite people are, first of all, that unites them the fastest is to have a common enemy, like something that you're all afraid of together. The thing
quickly unites people and is also destructive in the process.
Yes. The thing that unites people more strongly and over a longer period is when people are in favor of when they all come together for a common cause.
Yeah.
So coming together for a common cause, that's sort of the realm of the sacred narrative. Like, we're coming together under this idea of redemption and conversion and all of these, these beautiful, like, towards kinds of things. Yeah. And then Krampus represents the away, we're running away from Krampus and towards Christ. And so, or Santa,
Saint Nick.
But
so 3?
I think at least 3, honestly. I think it dances because the idea of Krampus could be retold. It could be played by different characters. It can be reconstructed. And in some way, I wonder if we sat down with Dickens and asked him, like, hey, did the idea of Krampus influence your haunting? I wonder.
Okay.
But if it didn't, then certainly the spirit that influences the idea of Krampus influences the idea of the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Sure. Okay. I'll stick with you in 3. I might.
Pull me back.
Part of me is like the idea of a Christmas horror, like using horror and terror as, I think in some ways those are diametrically opposed. So I could make the call. Now, it's almost like,
And I don't know that Krampus fits. I think Krampus fits more in the realm of the pagan sense of
that's good,
of morality, of law and justice than it does.
I'm gonna knock it down to 4 based on that.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think you're right. Yeah. It's a Yuletide contemplation. Yeah.
There you go. Quick break from the show. Reminder to like, comment, subscribe. Hope you're enjoying this. And if there's anything we haven't discussed that you want us to get to, throw some recommendations for stuff you otherwise would want to hear. Back to the show. All right, The Holiday. Let's go lighthearted here. Rom-com. This is my wife's favorite. She wants to watch it every Christmas. The Holiday.
Okay, expound on it. I got to be honest. I have not seen The Holiday.
Okay.
And so that's probably going to change this year, because now that I've said it, my wife's going to hear it and we're going to...
You gotta watch it. Yeah. So it's kind of ridiculous premise. Kate Winslet lives in this little town in England. She wants to get out and do something different. Cameron Diaz has a big house in LA. She wants to get out and do something different. They're away from their families for holidays or whatever. I don't totally remember, but anyway, my wife's gonna be mad at me. Anyway, they end up finding some like online thing where you can like swap houses with someone for like a stretch of time, right? So then they each swap houses with each other with this stranger they've never met. And then Cameron Diaz falls in love with, what's the guy's name?
Oh, You're not Irish.
Jude Law.
Jude Law, and then Jude Law in this sleepy little kind of Christmas town in England, and then Kate Winslet falls in love with Jack Black, kind of, and then there's like they form a whole new community in each of their new areas in the new towns that they're exploring, and it's all set around Christmas.
Okay. So it's set around Christmas. They are transplanted and get a view of a different life than what they're currently having. And so in a way, there's a little bit of like Christmas sense of Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And they both kind of start out disillusioned with love and relationships and purpose, and they get transplanted to their new place where they're meeting someone new who then kind of helps them be less disillusioned, let's say. There's one kind of subplot where Jack Black and Kate Winslet, like an old-timey like film guy, they end up like helping revive part of his career, and like this guy who seemed really lonely, they figure out like how special he actually, so it's like they get out of themselves, they're serving other people.
So there's some Christmas spirit in that, which is, ultimately Scrooge demonstrates his Christmas spirit by giving charitably to people who are in need. So
just paying attention to others outside yourself and your specific needs.
Well, so what do you think? What's the verdict?
I lean more towards 4. I mean, I will certainly say it is a Christmas movie. There's no problem putting it in that on the hierarchy. It's not, I don't think it feels like a classic along the lines of Elf or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's strongly a Christmas movie in a very like it's a rom-com more than it is a Christmas movie, but it fits in that Venn diagram.
Like if it happened in the 5th of April, would it?
I don't think it works as I think you have to rewrite substantial parts of the movie.
Okay.
Great. So you'll watch that more and we'll discuss.
Yes, I will. It'll wind up on the list.
Well, I got a couple other like rapid fire rom-coms we'll get to.
Okay, let's go.
Polar Express.
I gotta say, I have avoided this movie since it came out because the animation was so creepy to me. I didn't want to go near it, and so I might be one of the only people that have never seen it in my whole life.
Wow. Okay.
And have like actively avoided it.
Yeah.
So you gotta tell me.
So I feel like this is one I have an interesting take on. I'm gonna put it in 2, the liturgical canon of holiday myth, because it is so like I feel like it's low level 2. Part of me wants to put it in 3, but like clearly a Christmas movie. It's about a kid who his mom's away for Christmas. He's kind of disillusioned about this whole idea. Do I even believe in Santa Claus and the spirit of Christmas, all that? And then the train comes in front of his house. He gets on it. He meets a bunch of other kids. They're going to the North Pole to meet Santa and go on this whole adventure. This is one I feel like is obviously a Christmas film. It is all set around Christmas. There's hot chocolate on the train. They're debating around the idea of like, how real is this whole thing? Is this all part of our imagination? So the theme, the writing, the stories is very much there. Like you, I don't like this movie very much. I think the animation, it was at this terrible time in early 2000s where like CGI was like new and it was like
they just got over
flashy.
Over their skis a little bit.
It was kind of flashy at first, but everything looks like weirdly robotic. I don't think the animation holds up. This movie feels like it's trying too hard to be a Christmas classic.
Sure. Yeah.
And really just going for it, which like, good for them. They went for it. Like the music, it's like you're trying to do John Williams, but you're not John Williams. You're trying to do all the things that like the Grinch pulls off. And I think like it also just doesn't have the longevity. It was a children's book that was a long-standing story that they adapted into the movie, and I don't feel like it's ever really caught on. But certainly like obviously a Christmas film.
Yeah, and so when it's dancing with this idea of imagination, like so there's a thing that we're doing in our house and that we've done with Calvin which is that we have chosen, and everyone has to figure this out, not to lie to him about Santa Claus. And we have sort of let him in on the idea of like, hey, look, it's a game. We're trying to essentially explain kayfabe to a toddler, which is tricky.
Okay.
But we've told him like, look, it's a game where it's imperative that we behave like he's real. And so if anyone asks about it, he's real. All right. Now he's not. There is not. We're not being. Our home
not
is not
metaphysically real.
And so we've tried to do that. And so does this movie dance with that idea of imagination being simultaneously real and not real? Is it in that world, or
kind of? I mean, it definitely does the thing of like, if you believe, you can hear the jingle bells, and if you don't, you can't, kind of thing.
Okay, sure. Okay, great. So it does a little bit.
Yeah, and it's
right.
yeah. So it's
okay.
There's stuff that's there. Okay, let me throw.
Yeah, let's go. Want to be sensitive of time?
No, we're good. Let's do Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone specifically.
Okay.
Yeah. There's the first Harry Potter. There's a Christmas scene in it. It's a good middle chunk of the movie is set during Christmas. Merry Christmas, Harry. Merry Christmas, Ron. There's some sweet moments there.
Yeah. I don't think it's any more of a Christmas movie than other movies that take place at Christmas. And
you're excommunicating it.
And I think we should revisit that idea of excommunicating it. But yes, I would put it down there with those others.
You want to watch Harry Potter during Christmas? Great. There's
Absolutely.
one scene that looks very Christmassy.
Yeah.
Christmas is in there because it's about the story of an entire school year, which encapsulates that as part of the year that they cover.
Right.
That's not the purpose or the theme of it. It's a mystery. It's all the other things far before it's Christmas. Now, yeah.
Well, there's an interesting thing about that, because in the school year, your school year almost gets like sort of cut in half by Christmas in a weird way. It's a little bit less than half.
Yeah.
And that is when in your hero's journey, you go into the cave, like so in all of the Harry Potter movies, there tends to be something pivotal that happens at the Christmas break, for these kids.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Continue. It's part of the storytelling. Yeah. Okay. Gremlins.
Oh, man, that's a left field. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah.
No.
Prove
me wrong.
Certainly set during Christmas. Well, certainly set during Christmas. There's parts where the Gremlins are singing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Let me check something here, because I feel like I have not seen this movie in many moons. I feel like there is some element of like conversion story stuff that we're not getting to. It's certainly more of like the creatures. What's the three things they say? Don't let them
eat after midnight.
Don't feed them after midnight. Don't let them get the wet because it multiply. And there's one more.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible edge case Gen Xer for not knowing this. It should be built into my psyche.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of horror, kind of creature movie.
I'll tell you what, it's one that is completely absent from my, zeitgeist conversation. I haven't heard anyone debate that it is one,
Yeah, well, when I look up lists, it always feels like it's kind of like lower tier stuff around that.
Okay.
But okay. Neither one of us know this film well enough to make a decision on that. So I'm going to put that up here in questions, and we're going to let our commenters decide on where they should put that on that. Let's do that. All right. Let's see what else.
Next?
All right. Here is a fun one. This round we are going to do the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh my. Well, I will say that everybody in the movie is definitely on a bunch of snow.
Okay.
I think Carrie Fisher is so high during this movie that I don't know if she knows that she recorded it. Holiday special. I mean, no. It's
No.
Here's the thing. I think it's supposed to be, and I think that it's such a misbegotten mess that it excommunicates itself.
Okay, I'm gonna put it under 5 because I think it's philosophically what I can't really philosophically thin yet technically eligible. And here's why. I put this under the category of every TV show you've seen that did like a Christmas episode around that, right? And I think here's the ridiculous symbolism I have. So all these commercial products that have nowhere near anything to do with Christmas, right? Yet this time of year comes around, and as a culture, as a society, we found that all of these things have to pay homage to the culture, to the thing that brings them back, and thus there is a Christmas episode. Even Star Wars, which is not anything to do with Christmas, I'm putting this almost as a stand-in for every like Spider-Man Christmas episode that my kids watch when they're going through, or like I remember growing up and Rugrats would do something, or all the Nickelodeon. Like everything has like a Christmas episode because this is the time of the year, and as a culture we all kind of embrace that. And even your favorite cartoon characters or Star Wars characters, they even come together to acknowledge and celebrate the birth of Christ in this ridiculous through line, right? So it's as a we're gonna because what it does is it molds what the thing is. So Star Wars, which doesn't fit Christmas, but we're gonna take this ridiculous thing and mold it to fit Christmas because probably for some commercial reasons, right? And then the movie's ridiculous.
I mean, it's definitely. I mean, the skeptic in me wants to say every holiday special is marketing and all that, but
yes,
the person that's less skeptical deep down inside that believes in the Christmas spirit wants to maybe honor this idea that Christmas transcends time and space, even to a galaxy long ago, far, far away.
Which I think is the case, and I think the fact that marketing works is a case for that, because it's so resonant in our culture that like you could have all your cynical reasons to just market the heck out of it as a Christmas thing, and now it's going to get run because we want to see Christmas stuff around Christmas because it's that important to us.
All right. Okay.
And so even by sticking it in places it shouldn't fit, then it barely makes the bottom edge of the hierarchy there.
That's right. Like an elf blow up doll.
Exactly.
Stick it in places it doesn't fit. Okay. I would call that argument philosophically thin yet technologically eligible, and I like it.
Exactly. That's why I'm gonna place it there. Okay, let's see what else I got on my list here. Here's a fun one. I'm gonna put another Jingle All the Way.
Goodness, I haven't seen this since it came out.
Yeah.
You gotta
and I would also put this under the category of every ridiculous movie that clearly just made off of you stole like one phrase from a Christmas Carol and now we made a movie about it and it's not good and it's great on your Netflix and you click it once a year, right? So Jingle All the Way, there's one called Deck the Halls, there's one called Frost, I don't know. Yeah.
Reindeer Games goes on there.
Reindeer Games, sure. Yeah.
I forgot how kind of ridiculous that movie is. I think they all frankly, I think they're all excommunicated from the holiday canon. I think they fall short of even the philosophically thin yet technically eligible attempt to capture the Christmas spirit with a square peg in a round hole. I think they're opportunistic. And I think opportunism is antithesis to the Christmas spirit.
Okay. Yeah. I still think the story itself, I would argue 4 for this one. Okay. I think the story itself it's all, because like whenever they do the very commercialized Christmas, it's all the very like, I got to get my kid the best toy. And then you realize like, it's not about getting the best toy. It's
It's about spending time together.
Yeah. And so it's, not a good movie, but like that is the theme. That's a Christmas thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Accidental Yuletide contemplation sounds correct. That sounds right.
What you're getting at is what's the heart behind making this and Christmas cash grab. Like if we exclude everything that feels like a Christmas cash grab, there's going to be like 5 movies that make it on here.
Fair. Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Okay. So two more for you. Because you just watched this, you tease this. Reindeer Games.
Yeah, dude. Like if the movie was set during any other time of year, it would be the identical film.
Okay.
And like it's fine. It feels more than anything, it feels like an attempt to be another Die Hard than it does an attempt to be a Christmas movie. So it goes down there like it goes to the very bottom, in my
technically
opinion.
eligible or excommunicated?
Excommunicate.
Excommunicated.
Because even the arc of the character, all he does is get the thing that he finally said he wanted to get at the very beginning. He doesn't really have an arc. He just sort of endures the plot that he's trapped in. So yeah.
See, I think the conversion story is the most critical criteria, and if that is not present, then like you don't get the you don't get the play.
Yeah, he doesn't. Even when he does like the incredibly scummy thing, which is to like lie about who he is so he can sneak into Charlize Theron's pants in the place of his dead friend.
Yeah.
At no point is there regret about that. Like if anything, he gets like vindicated and everyone's fine with it, and then. It's low grade. All right, moving on.
Okay. So our last one, which will wrap up the discussion, I think this one will be fun. The Yule log. There's no story. There's no plot. You just put the crackling fireplace on in the background.
You, man, every time I put it on, you know what it makes me feel?
What?
I don't ever put that thing on when I'm alone.
Yep.
Or when I'm feeling Scroogey and I'm feeling like, irritated at mankind. Mm-hmm. I don't ever put it on. Like I'm going to say crackling fireplace is a seasonal allegory of variable necessity. Like it says and represents so many of the things. It's the hearth. Yeah. It's like bringing people in, and it's warmth and it's togetherness.
Could I make an argument for the liturgical canon of holiday myth?
Make it. Let me
much is packed into that image of the fire. We don't need to say anything or do anything else. It's just, it's on, it's warmth, and all these ideas are just packed into that imagery. And it's been told over and over again. There's been a lot of recordings of fires that people have put up. You can find 10 different versions on YouTube right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
my favorite is the Witcher fireplace.
Okay, yeah, I saw Disney Plus has an Arendelle version of it. So everyone's trying to do a version of this, right? Because all the things you just said, it represents other people, family gathering around the fireplace, getting warm by the fire, and the time of year, the connection. It's in our episode we did on the Iron Giant, where Joseph said, even in a still image, the best things happen in the storytelling. What's the story of that fire? And when you just see it on there, I especially feel like, as Netflix and all these things have become a bigger and bigger deal. The story of, oh, you put that thing up. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, we're having a party. Oh, there's something. It fits in that very specific place. And I think it's, I could maybe make an argument for 2, certainly 3.
Yeah. You know what? I'll allow it. Let's put it right. Okay. Look at that. If that wasn't the surprise of the podcast, like, ladies and gentlemen, if you want
the crackling fireplace, the Yule log,
commitment to the Christmas spirit, it's right there. It's crackling fireplace.
So, of course, countless Christmas movies that we don't have included on here. Please comment. This one, I think, begs a lot of discussion. A lot of these movies we don't know or haven't seen very well. So all the corrections are warranted and invited. But Mike, any wrap up thoughts here?
Yeah, I'll make my last thought, which is about all of those things down there at 6, like down there that are sort of off the Tannenbaum out in the like they're, much like the integration of the masculine and feminine that results in new life. There's like the great event of like sort of the culminating event of the nativity, right? And it's like you're doing the deed and you're getting a baby, right? Well, there's all the things that lead up to that, and so it can't all just be that. And so there is a place for like, hey, between sessions of trying to make a baby, you need to rest. You need to take a shower. You need to have a sandwich. You need to get some work done. You know, like it can't all just be the main event, right? And like when you watch, I'm going to bring it like WrestleMania, right? You need the little events that go in between. It can't all just be like main stage events, because then it actually decreases the impact of the main event. And so there is a place for, I mean, look, I'm going to watch Die Hard. I'm going to watch Batman Returns, and I'm going to watch Prisoner of Azkaban. Like those are three things that are 100% going to get watched in my Christmas season. And part of it is because I need something that's like Perry Christmas.
Right.
And that might even be a better term for some of these than completely excommunicated. It's Perry Christmas activity.
Yeah.
And for me, it helps elevate the things that are Christmas, right? So we didn't say it, but like White Christmas, we just watched last night. It belongs probably, frankly, philosophically thin, yet technically eligible, or even Dancing with Excommunicated from the holiday canon, because it only takes place at Christmas. Yeah, there's a charitable act in it, but it's like, I guess, philosophically thin, yet technically eligible. And yet it's one that like we associate completely with Christmas.
Yeah. Right.
So anyway, I think those are my parting thoughts, is that
and then look, there's certainly exceptions to all the rules and everything that come here, but continue.
This ranking that we've set up is for this dimension of hierarchy only. I think we've been clear. Like there is no world in which I would rather watch the Polar Express than Die Hard.
Yes, Die Hard is an objectively better movie in my mind.
11 out of 10 times I'm going to say, can we just put on Die Hard? So by all means, allow the things that are Perry Christmas to actually elevate your Christmas season.
Yes. They all have a place in the fractal nature of all this. They all serve their higher purpose, and they all have to be connected to that in some way. And that's the nature of how life in reality works. So it's a lot of what the discussion of our whole podcast is about. So hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hope it's been a fun year for you guys of listening to these, of putting these out. We've certainly had a blast with it. We look forward to everything next year. And thank you guys for joining us in this. And we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas. Hey, I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I did. Please tune in next time. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. You can hit that notification bell if you want to know when we show up with another episode of inane, in-depth talk on a movie you've seen too many times. And if you're listening to this, please leave us a review. That helps us a lot. Thanks, and Merry Christmas.